Alright, live on YouTube, live on the Rumble. Hello! Pardon me. Good afternoon, welcome to This Date in History, AKTDH. I, of course, am Aoxander. You viewer are you. And we will be joined by the Golden Moon here at some point, eventually. Today is Thursday, aka Friday, May 29th, 2026. This show is about interesting and important events that happened to date throughout the annals of recorded history. And we have a 35-page document. Ooh. Not bad. You know, more like a 28 or less, you know, if you really consolidate everything, because, you know, you see, like, you see all this?
You see nothing, what?
Well, right here. Like,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's actually this. It's the same thing, like, you know, from two different sources. The only difference is this says Roman Emperor Julian, and this says the Roman Emperor. I mean, you know, there's so many, like, you know, there's a lot of minute, there's a lot of them, you know, with substantial differences, but for the most part, like...
repetitive.
Yeah. So anyway, let's start us off here in the year 363. Roman Emperor Julian defeated the Sassanid army in the Battle of Ctesiphon under the walls of the Sassanid capital, but was unable to take the city. Okay. Yeah. Yep. 526. Oh, wait a minute. That's I just realized that's, what is that? 15 centuries ago, or 1.5 millennia ago.
Oh, God.
Yeah, like, well, you know, when you start getting into millennia...
jumped up over 700 years.
A millennia is 1,000.
No, I'm saying to 15 from over 1,000 years you jumped here from 363 to...
Oh, yeah.
Article.
Well, no, it's 100 some odd. I went from 363 to 526.
1526.
No, 5. That's an exclamation point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If it's 1526, how is it 15 centuries ago? Because then we'd be in the year 3000?
Yeah.
So, anyway, a catastrophic earthquake hit Antioch, killing several thousands, including Patriarch Euphrasius, I guess. Moving on up to 1233, Chinese city of Kaifeng, capital of the Joseon Jin dynasty, surrendered to the Mongols under General Subdi after a siege of more than a year. And they began looting in the fallen capital of the Jin dynasty. Alright. 1415, Pope John the 23rd, Baladassare Khalsa, I guess it was his actual name, formally deposed as Pope at the Conference of Constance in Germany after he had fled the town in disguise. So he abandoned his post, so he's not the real Pope. There you go. 1416, Battle of Gallipoli, the Venetian fleet under Commander Pietro Loredan defeated and captured a large part of the Ottoman fleet off the Gallipoli port. Wow. That's pretty substantial right there. And, just checking for comments. You know, I should do that more often in standard practice. 1453, in Constantinople, the capital of the Eastern Roman Empire, fell to the Ottoman Turks under Mehmed the Conqueror, ending the Byzantine Empire after 1,100 years. It was a 53-day siege. According to other sources, though, they were around for over 2,000 years. So 1,100 to 2,000, that's substantial. Now, the Byzantine Empire, like, I knew about the Byzantine Empire, I just never figured out exactly when they were, because that sounds like of antiquity, that word, Byzantine. They were actually what the Eastern Roman Empire became. Because you know of Rome, you know, like, you know, Rome, the city of Rome in Italy, and then it became the Roman Empire. And eventually there was a split. Like, the Western Roman Empire fell, but then there was still the Eastern Roman Empire with Constantinople. That eventually became the Byzantine Empire. And then that was conquered by the Ottomans, as we just read right here. And then now it's Istanbul in Turkey, the capital of Turkey, which used to be the Ottoman Empire. They fell after World War I.
Wow.
So, you know, like, history is awesome. You could just start connecting things over thousands of years, you know? You know, like, freaking, like, Alexander the Great. Okay, you know, the Macedonian conqueror conquered, you know, the majority of the known world and everything, made Alexandria. Okay, well, that was the capital of Egypt, I think, or maybe it was Memphis or Cairo, I'm not sure, but Alexandria still was a substantial city in Egypt. After Alexander died, you know, Ptolemy, one of his generals and best friends and everything, took over that section. Remember how his empire split and all that stuff? And then the last of the Ptolemaic dynasty was Cleopatra. And then, you know, then that's connecting, Alexander the Great and all that, through ancient Egyptian history and all that stuff, and into more modern day, with Cleopatra, like that sounds ridiculous. Like Cleopatra is nowhere near modern day, but when you look at all the history, it's very close to modern day and all that stuff. But and then through that, because she did that because of Julius Caesar of Rome. And then you combine that with what I said earlier.
Yeah.
I just went from Alexander the Great to modern day. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Through all those little links.
Yeah.
1453, French banker Jacques Courreur's possessions were confiscated. Good. Fuck the bankers. 1555, the Ottoman Empire and the Safavid Empire signed a peace treaty to end the Ottoman-Safavid War of 1532 to 1555. Okay. 1592, Korean Navy led by Admiral Yi Shun-shin repelled the Japanese fleet in the Battle of Shashin, the first use of a Korean turtle ship. Now, what is a Korean turtle ship, you may ask? Well, I will image search this for you really quick. It's a ship. It looks, they call it the turtle ship because it was very heavily armored. Like,
that makes sense, yeah.
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 So, pretty wild, that vessel there.
All the spikes sticking out.
Yeah, to prevent people from climbing up and all that stuff. So, this is a more like an actual real one, not just an artist rendition. Can you imagine a fleet of those coming at you? That'd be so scary, 1630, John Winthrop began writing the history of New England. Pretty cool. 1648, King Charles I of England attempted to escape captivity at Carlsbrook Castle in the Isle of Wight for a second time by hacksawing through a barred window, but was caught in the act. So apparently he got stuck. Here's the fall of Constantinople right here. And then right here, that's the window he tried to saw through.
Geez.
Like, I'm not sure if that's the same exact window, but that's at the location at the castle. That's his actual prison window. So, what else do we got here? In 1652, Battle of Goodwin Sands off Folkestone, Kent. English general at sea Robert Blake drove out the Dutch fleet under Lieutenant Admiral Martin Tromp. And it was called general at sea because we covered this recently. Either he wasn't promoted to an admiral, although it says he was admiral here, or I don't think that they had the position of admiral at the time. So he was a general because like land warfare came first, and then naval, and eventually air, and then more recently space. So they probably didn't have a rank or whatever, but we actually covered that. And I think this was the guy that they were covering because they called the guy general at sea, and that's what this guy is as well. 1658, Battle of Samar, decisive battle of the Mughal succession, won by the Aurangzeb and his brothers against their brother and heir apparent Dara Shikoh near Agra. It had lasted from 1658 to 59. All right. 1660, on his 30th birthday, Charles II returned to London from exile in the Netherlands to claim the English throne after the Puritan Commonwealth came to an end. During English Restoration, King Charles II was restored to the throne of England, Scotland, and Ireland. Okay. 1677, Treaty of Middle Plantation established peace between the Virginia colonists and local Native Americans. All right. 1692, Royal Hospital Chelsea Founders Day was first celebrated in London. What is that?
No idea.
Royal Hospital Chelsea Founders Day? Like, was it a holiday about like somebody who founded a hospital?
I don't know.
Was it that important back then? Like, you know what? I'm gonna look this up. Royal Hospital Chelsea Founders Day. Let's see what this gives me here. Our traditions. Royal Hospital Chelsea. Oh, it's an annual event held near May 29th to honor King Charles II, featuring a parade of Chelsea pensioners and a reviewing officer, often a royal figure. This just made more questions. What the hell's a Chelsea pensioner? Why are they pensioning? What's going on? Like, website is called Chelsea Pensioners. Okay, well, I'm going to add this into the underbar section. So what was this called? Royal Hospital Chelsea Founders Day. Whoops, just one link. There we go. So if anybody wants to look this up and let us know what the heck this is, not just for your own knowledge or for ours,
Give us the skinny.
Yeah, let us know in the comment section. 1700, I'm going to look up another word here. The first mastectomy was performed in North America at Hôtel Dieu de Quebec by Royal Doctor Michel Serrazon on Sister Mary Barbier de l'Assomption. The operation was successful. What is a mastectomy? Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Oh, it's a breast thing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, one or both breasts.
Oh, yeah, I have heard of that.
And now we had breasts on freaking live, YouTube. Sorry, didn't. I was looking up something.
Yeah.
So you can't blame me for accidentally having a tit slip.
That was a cartoon, right?
No, that was a real picture.
Real picture?
Yeah, one of the breasts, just the whole scar and everything. That was a real picture right there.
Yeah.
So it's a removal of a breast.
Yeah.
Okay. 1721, South Carolina formally incorporated as a royal colony. Okay. 6 years later, 1727, just 1 year too late to be an Oka, or 3 centuries ago at least.
Oh.
It's 26, not 27. Peter II became Tsar of Russia at the age of 11. Oh, that's young. 1733, the right of Canadians to keep Indian slaves was upheld in Quebec City. What? Wow. That's terrible.
Yeah.
1765, Patrick Henry's, even the music stopped. Patrick Henry's historic speech against the Stamp Act, answering a cry of treason with, "If this be treason, make the most of it." Well, practically everything nowadays is spat on for one reason or another anyway. So, 1780, Battle of Waxhaw Creek, alleged massacre of 113 of Colonial Abraham Buford's Continentals by Lieutenant Colonel Banastre Tarleton's troops after the Continentals raised a white flag. So it says here, other source, the British continued attacking after the Continentals laid down their arms, killing 113 and critically wounded all but 53 that remained.
Oh, geez.
Now that's really interesting. Tarleton was the guy's name. You remember the movie The Patriot?
Yeah.
Remember the asshole British guy?
Yeah.
I think his name was Tavington.
I don't remember.
But the real. So I'm wondering if this action inspired that character.
Could have.
Because this is a douche move as well.
Yeah.
1787, 300 years before I was born, the Virginia Plan by James Madison and Edmund Randolph proposed to the Constitutional Convention, advocating for a national government with 3 branches: legislative, executive, and judicial. Does that sound familiar?
Sure does.
1787. So I'm going to image search this really quick. We're not at this picture yet, but I actually do have a video to show after I read some of this. So, proposed by Edmund Randolph of Virginia. Let's see, can I get a bigger this? No, I can't. So let me find something that the people can actually read. Here we go. Presented by Virginians James Madison and Edmund Randolph, also known as the Large State Plan. On May 29th, 1787, proposed a very powerful bicameral legislature. Both houses of the legislature would be determined proportionally. Lower house would be elected by the people, and upper house would be elected by the lower house. Plan created a judiciary and gave both the executive and some of the judiciary power to override subjects. So it sounded like it was starting off as like a British Parliament type thing, because that's what they have, the upper house and the lower house.
Yeah.
And everything. So.
Yeah.
Portions of the Virginia Plan was ratified and signed in the Constitution on September 17, 1787. Today, Madison is known as the father of the Constitution because of his proposal of the Virginia Plan.
There's a lot of stuff that didn't get in it, but
yeah,
the 3 branches and all that stuff, so that's the foundation. So, okay.
But right here, you remember Schoolhouse Rock, right?
Yeah.
Talking about the government and how it's arranged, divided in 3 like a circus. Ring 1, executive, 2 is legislative, that's Congress. Ring 3, judiciary, see it's kind of
It's the 3. Legislative, executive, and judicial. And, people always, they always pimp this, so to speak, because they refer to the government as a circus. But boy, howdy. I can't think of a better analogy than Congress getting out of a clown car like that. You said that it now has a 4th ring, right?
Well, it doesn't, but
Well, not in the books, but in
But- and
function.
it's probably the most powerful is the unelected bureaucracy.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so huge.
How do you spell circus? Okay, I guess that's how you spell circus. Yeah. So like it's just ridiculous, the government. 1790, Rhode Island became the last of original 13 colonies ratifying U.S. Constitution.
Oh, okay.
All right. Let's see here. 1798, United Irishman Rebellion. Between 300 and 500 United Irishmen were executed as rebels by the British Army in County Kildare, Ireland. And people wonder
That's
why.
a lot of people killed.
Yeah, like people wonder why the Irish are always bombing and everything. Well, gee, because they're being oppressed, dude. Like 1825, the coronation of Charles X of France took place in Reims Cathedral, the last ever coronation of a French monarch.
Ah, it was the end of them.
Yep. Well, then they had like another revolution and everything, and then started having president or prime minister,
yeah.
premier, whatever they have now. Well, no, like isn't Macron the president of France? That's his
Yes.
title, yeah. Now and then you have weird things like what was it? India. Like we covered an article yesterday where the prime minister of a country opened something or inaugurated something, and there was a civil unrest because the people wanted the president to do it. So they both have a president
That's
and
right.
prime minister.
That's right.
Was it India?
Whoa, I think it was, but I'm not sure.
I think so. I don't know. 1848, Wisconsin became the 30th U.S. state. All right. Now we have our cheese. 1849, Lincoln said, "You can fool some of the people all of the time, and all of the people some of the time, but you cannot fool all of the people all of the time." Very, correct. Lincoln had a couple good quotes.
Yeah.
And a patent. A lot of people don't read. He's the only president who ever had a patent. 1851, Sojourner Truth addressed the first Black Women's Rights Convention in Akron, Ohio. Oh, that was her name, Sojourner Truth.
Yeah.
That's an interesting name. She delivered her famous "Ain't I a Woman" speech at the Women's Rights Convention in Akron, Ohio. Well, like you're either a guy or a girl. It depends on what kind of plumbing you got. Mom's analogy. So you're one of those two. So if you're not a man, lady, then I guess you've already answered your own question.
Although these days you're going to get some arguments with that. I don't know how, but you would.
People are so dumb. 1852, Jenny Lind left New York after her 2-year U.S. tour. Why do we care? Like, why is this documented? 1854, Paddington Station, London's terminus for the Great Western Railway, opened with a design by Isambard Kingdom Brunel. Let's take a look at this station. It wasn't thumbnail worthy, but it was historical architecture. It's something
Been in the
cool to look
Paddington
at.
Station.
Oh, you lucky!
Yeah.
That's cool. Was there a bear in there?
No bear.
Okay. Maybe must have been eating like a Marmite marmalade. Marmalade, yeah, that's right. Marmalade sandwich. 1861, Dorothea Dix offered help in setting up hospitals for the Union Army. Okay. It's an unfortunate last name. 1861 as well, the Hong Kong General Chamber of Commerce was founded in Hong Kong. Well, if it was formed in Belgium, I'd be surprised. 1864, Mexican Emperor Maximilian arrived at Veracruz. Maximilian I of Mexico. He arrived in Mexico for the first time. Yeah, that's right. I think it was French or something. This was before, I don't know when Cinco de Mayo was, when they overthrew the French. But Maximilian, because like from the other source, it says here, Emperor Maximilian I of Mexico arrived in Mexico for the first time. And I seem to remember seeing a video a while ago about some European who was appointed the Emperor of Mexico, and then he went over. I think that's this guy here.
Sounds like it.
1867, the Austro-Hungarian Compromise of 1867. The compromise was born through the Act 12, which established the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Okay, so that's when it started. 1874, President Constitution of Switzerland took effect. Whoa, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So now, also, like the U.S. Constitution has been more or less active since long before this, but that's still 100 some odd years. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
1884, Europe's first steam cable tram started in Highgate, London, and that's what this is right here.
Ah.
So, And I have a note here telling me to image search this because obviously it wasn't like, at the inauguration what I was talking about right here. But look at that. It's a double-decker steam tram thing.
That'd probably be later, though.
Oh, yes. That's why I didn't use this image. But that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I don't think they have any double-decker buses or any of that. Nor do they have their little black taxis anymore, London. Like, London has really lost... no, I don't think they do.
Why wouldn't they have their black taxis?
Uber. Like, I think London has lost all of its soul. 1886, U.S. pharmacist John Pemberton began to advertise his patent medicine Coca-Cola in Atlanta, Georgia, containing cocaine, which I believe still contains cocaine. They don't have to disclose it because it's not patented. So, 1900, trademark escalator registered by Otis Elevator Company. So,
Otis,
yeah, Otis. But this is what he coined the term.
Yeah.
So, 1900 as well, Indijamina was founded at Fort Lamy by the French commander Émile Gentil. But founded as Fort Lamy. Sorry. Like, this is the actual, or it's from the other source, so it's not on the primary source. But so I guess, like, whatever Fort Lamy is, this is when it was founded, but under a different name. So I like little, things like that. Like, I'm probably never gonna, know about that place ever. But if by some magic reason, like, somebody from that area watches the show, I'm giving them a little shout out. I think that's cool. 1903, May coup d'etat. Alexander Obrenović, King of Serbia, and Queen Draga were assassinated in Belgrade by the Black Hand, the Crna Ruka organization. 1905, we have a pogrom against Jewish community in Brisk, Lithuania. Why? See, we talk about this every single day now, it seems. But, like, all it does, is tell us the aftermath. So you're telling me every single time, because this isn't saying why. It just says, the Jews got their teeth kicked in. Why? Oh, they just did. So you're telling me that over 200 times, entire communities, thousands of people, in one unison move, woke up one day and just hated the Jews out of fucking nowhere. No. What happened? Oh, don't be anti-Semitic. Okay. 1909, Frank Home Run Baker's first career home run for Philadelphia Athletics. I wonder if that's how he got the nickname Home Run. Like, that's his nickname, Frank Home Run Baker. His full name was his nickname.
Well, apparently he hit a lot of home runs. This was his first one.
Yeah.
Now, the Philadelphia Athletics are now the Oakland A's. They don't call them the Athletics, they call them the A's. But they came
So
from
technically they could still be the Athletics.
It could be.
Yeah. Well, 1 year later, Pope Pius X's encyclical on Edity Shape against church reformers. Of course he'd be against that. 1912, 15 young women were fired by Curtis Publishing in Philadelphia for dancing the turkey trot during their lunch break. And see, like, I have a note here, like, females never learn. Now they film themselves on TikTok on shift at work in uniform, and then they cry, when they get fired. And then, the misogyny, blah, blah, blah. Well, I think of things like this, and I brought up this subject.
Why can't they dance during their lunch break?
You're there to work.
Not on your lunch break. That's your time.
Well, like,
I don't know about then, but now you're off the clock.
Well, no, because then that can, like, start curtailing a very lax environment. Like maybe he was trying to, like, keep a certain, level of decorum and professionalism.
IOYO.
So, okay.
Is the lunch break really your time?
Well, it's... Let's see here. IOYO.
Not a break, but a lunch. But your lunch.
Where is it? Okay. Is lunch break really your time? What about on company property? While wearing uniform? Question mark. Because it doesn't matter, like, if it's your time or not. Like, if you're wearing somebody's, somebody's tag, So you're right. So I'll just add that into there. Moving on up, what else do we got here? Oh yeah, if anybody wants to see the result of this this conversation, tune into IOYO
a week from Sunday.
Next Sunday, not one of 2 days, but the one at 9.
Sunday.
Yeah. 1914, Norwegian ship Storstad collided with Canadian ship Empress of Ireland on St. Lawrence River. 1,024 died. So we had two ships colliding into each other, unfortunately. Now, other source just says 1012, so we have a 12 death discrepancy, and it also just says the RMS Empress of Ireland sunk in the Gulf of St. Lawrence. It's not saying anything about colliding with the other ship.
Oh.
So secondary source. So this is one of the few times that I actually get more information from the primary source.
Yeah.
But then again, the primary source has a lot more articles just in numbers. So, quality, quantity, this is why we use multiple sources. 1916, the New York Giants win 17th consecutive road game.
Yeah,
Okay. 16 as well, the official flag of the President of the United States was adopted. Cool.
Yeah.
E pluribus unum. 16 as well, U.S. forces invaded the Dominican Republic, staying until 1924.
Gee,
That's interesting.
it's 8 years.
Yeah, it is. What are we doing there? We weren't in the war until 1917. I think we declared it. Well, no, 1916. I think we declared it. 1917, we had boots on the ground, and 1918 it ended. So,
But that island, Dominican Republic, isn't that one of our what do you call them?
one of our colonies now.
Colonies? I
Yeah.
think.
Well, maybe that's why we went and took them over, and then once we established a government there, we didn't need troops. I don't know. 1919, Albert Einstein's theory of relativity that when light passes a large body, gravity will bend the rays, confirmed by Arthur Eddington's expedition to photograph a solar eclipse on the island of Principe, West Africa. So basically, it's showing here like a basic diagram. You have light from star systems, and that's behind the sun. So and then because of the mass of the sun or whatever, it bends it. So we have to correct it in some scientific way. And I'm going to look this up here because there's images with text. So I wonder if this actually explains it. Solar eclipse proves Einstein right, and he becomes an overnight celebrity. It confirmed that light rays from the sun were deflected by the gravity of the sun in just the amount Einstein had predicted in his theory of gravity, general relativity. Pretty interesting how they...
Yeah.
Astronomy is wild, dude. 1919, the Republic of Prickmerge founded a short-lived, unrecognized state, which on June 6, 1919, which is only in 8 days, 9 days? When's June 6?
About 8 days.
Yeah. Let's see, where was it? Where was I? Yeah, was incorporated into the newly established Kingdom of Serbs, Croats, and Slovenes, renamed Yugoslavia in 1929.
Europe, okay.
Yeah. 1920, the Louth flood in 1920 was a severe flash flooding in the Lincolnshire market town of Louth, resulting in 23 fatalities in 20 minutes. It has been described as one of the most significant flood disasters in the United Kingdom during the 20th century. 22, U.S. Supreme Court ruled organized baseball is a sport and not a business, and thus not subject to antitrust laws. Baseball is obviously a business.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a sport, but we need to recognize it as a business. We need to, treat them as
The
such.
antitrust law can't apply.
And I'm not sure if I read this, but 1919, and thank goodness I was looking here, but Charles Strite filed a patent for the automatic pop-up toaster.
Ah, there you
Yeah,
go.
that's it right there. One slice, and you have 2 prongs. Why do you have 2 prongs? That's weird.
Well, that's a good question.
Because you have one hole. Or I guess one prong, I guess you do it both, because one is one side and the other is the other.
Probably you put your thing down in there, and they may be for your heater.
Maybe.
In other words, inside, I don't know.
Well,
Goes down to connect to heat.
when you put the thing, have you ever looked in the toaster when you operated it?
No, not really, but yeah, just...
So basically what happens is, there's a thing here.
Yeah.
This is the bottom of the toaster.
Yeah.
And there's a thing here, and then there's things here.
Yeah.
When you put your bread in,
Yeah.
it just sits there, and then you pull down the tab,
Right.
it lowers
It
this thing.
connects it to...
Yeah, but then it takes these things and it closes it.
Yeah, but the key is connecting to the heat.
Yes.
So those 2 things may have come down separately and connected the heat on
Yeah.
each side. So it cooked on each side.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. One for one side, the other for the
Yeah.
other. That's what I said earlier.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
They're the things that come in. because we didn't have the technology for one button to be both sides
Yeah.
or something. I don't know. Or maybe we're all just full of hot water. I don't know. What else do we got here? 1922, 1924. AEK Athletics Football Club was established on the anniversary of the siege of Constantinople by the Turks. Okay. It's a pretty interesting tidbit of information there to tie in, like, military action with a sport.
Yeah.
So, 28. Fritz von Opel reached 200 kilometers per hour in experimental rocket car.
Wow.
That's a lot of kilometers per hour in 1928.
No kidding.
31. Michael Chiru, a citizen of the United States, was executed by a Royal Italian Army firing squad for intent to kill Benito Mussolini. Yeah, your citizenship won't help you there, bub. 32. The bonus army of the World War I veterans began to assemble in Washington, D.C. to request cash bonuses promised to them to be paid in 1945. So they're trying to get the money that they earned, that they fought and died for.
Yep.
So, you mean the VA has been mistreating veterans since World War I? Yes. 35. Hague Local Museum opened. Okay, it's a weird thing. So, we also have the first flight of the Messerschmitt Bf-109 fighter aeroplane. Let's take a look at this bird. There it is. Oh. World War II era bird, you know, 35. Pretty cool. Oh. Looks like 2 machine guns, 1 on each wing. Oh. They didn't really come out with like the 3 machine gun configuration until much later. When things were getting really heated. Oh, here's the bonus army people. They're marching. The veterans, World War I.
Oh, okay.
We just spoke about it. So, what else do we got here? 1942, Yankee Doodle Dandy, based on life of George M. Cohan, directed by Michael Curtis, starring James Cagney and Joan Leslie, premiered in New York City Academy Awards Best Actor in 1943. It's pretty cool. I like the title, Yankee Doodle Dandy.
Yeah.
42 as well, Bing Crosby recorded Irving Berlin's song White Christmas,
Bing Crosby.
which has been canceled for racism.
Ah.
Of course. With the John Scott Trotter Orchestra and the Ken Darby Singers in just 18 minutes, becomes the world's best-selling single, estimated 100 million copies sold. And all liberals would just say, oh, well, that's because they're all racist. Liberals really need to just get off this planet. 1943, Algiers Allied Planning Conference between Winston Churchill, George Marshall, and General Dwight D. Eisenhower finalized the plan for the Italian campaign.
Yeah.
I never heard of George Marshall. I might have.
I have.
But, like, who was he?
Well.
Oh, General and U.S. Secretary of State. Okay.
I know of him. I don't know what all his credentials are.
I mean, like, Winston Churchill, big name.
He was a general.
Yeah. It's just like, one of these is not like the other type of thing.
What do you mean?
Well, like Winston Churchill, Dwight D. Eisenhower, George Marshall.
Yeah.
Which one of them does nobody know?
Yeah.
43, meat and cheese were rationed in the U.S.
Yeah.
Wartime. 45, the first combat mission of the consolidated B-32 Dominator Heavy Bomber. That sounds an epic name right there. Let's take a look at this lovely aircraft. Look at that, 4 engines.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's pretty good for 45.
Yeah, well, it was near the end of the war.
Yeah.
Germany had already surrendered.
By May?
Yeah. We covered that the other day.
I thought it was June.
We've been covering, like we've already covered Hitler's suicide. That was a couple weeks ago.
That's true.
Yeah, and then we covered like them raising the Soviet flag over the Reichstag. That's the capital of Germany.
Yeah.
Like how else? I mean, we covered VE
when did
Day.
When did they actually surrender then?
We covered VE Day. That was their actual whole second. VE Day. Let's see here. May 8th.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's over.
Yeah.
So this aircraft didn't even see Europe. It was just Japan.
Not Europe, but we still have
the Japan.
Pacific front. Yeah.
Yes. So Loons time. 1946, KVP won provisional national elections in Netherlands. That sounds like a communist thing, KVP.
Yeah, I don't know.
48, United Nations Truth Supervision Organization was founded. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? Like, why do we have so much bureaucracy? What a stupid... United Nations Truth Supervision Organization? What, you need a notary? What the fuck? 49, Candid Camera TV comedy show moved to NBC.
God.
Yeah. I was debating whether or not to even put this in the show. I hated candid camera. Like, just the idea of just like, oh, you're on camera now. Punch them in the fucking head. Make sure that their camera and their skull fuse permanently. Yeah, now who's on candid camera,
We
bitch?
had to give them permission once they did it.
50, the St. Roch, the first ship to circumnavigate North America, arrived in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada. Now I'm wondering, in 50, the Panama Canal would have been open.
Yes. Yes.
So, and if it's saying North America, then it must have used it. Because if it wouldn't say North America if they had to go all the way past South America.
Well, you've lost me.
Okay. This ship was the first ship to circumnavigate North America. Do you know what circumnavigate means?
Yes, of course.
So go from one side, because it's ending up in Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
So obviously it started like up in the Pacific Northwest somewhere to circumnavigate North America.
Yeah, well, they still could have gone around. I mean,
But how?
What do you mean how? You have to go around the, what do you call it down there?
But then why not just say Americas?
Oh, okay, I don't know.
Because if it's going all the way down there, it's saying North America specifically.
Yeah.
Why not say just the Americas then? Because South America is half the damn story.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying, did it use the Panama Canal?
Well,
Because that's cutting it. Central America is just a location. It's not really like we have North and South America as continental plates.
Yeah.
Central America is
Connects
a quasi
the two.
area in between the two in the middle.
Connects the two.
So the Panama Canal. So is that how they circumnavigated North America specifically using the Panama
I guess
Canal?
so.
That's what I'm wondering. 51. First North Pole flight in single engine plane CF Blair. The hyphen CF Blair was the name of the guy. Charles F. Blair Jr., who flew 3,260 non-stop miles across the North Pole from Bardufoss, Norway, to Fairbanks, Alaska.
Oh.
Huh. So let's take a look at this
Single
aircraft.
engine, huh?
Yeah, but this is not a single engine.
No,
Why is
that's
this giving
not.
me... Like,
I don't think that's the plane.
it's not, but that's that's the first thing that pops up when I search that specific article, which is very strange.
More like the one underneath it.
Yeah. Oh, here it is. Charles F. Blair. So that's the airplane he used right there. It's a cool looking aircraft. What else do we got here? 1953, 500th anniversary of the fall of Constantinople and the end of the Byzantine Empire to Ottoman Sultan Mehmed II. We've been covering that. Edmund Hillary of New Zealand and Tenzing Norgay of Nepal were the first to reach the summit of Mount Everest as part of a British expedition.
Yeah, Hillary's famous.
There they are. Yeah. Edmund Hillary and Sherpa Tenzing Norgay became the first people to reach the summit of Mount Everest.
The other one, I just heard of Hillary.
Yeah. Norgay was the Sherpa, so he's not getting the credit. But it was also on Tenzing Norgay's adopted 39th birthday, so they might not have had a birth certificate of it. So they estimated. Yeah. But it was on his birthday when that happened. That's pretty cool. That's a good birthday present.
Yeah.
54, British runner Diane Leather became the first woman to run the mile in under 5 minutes at 4 minutes 59 seconds and 59.6 seconds at Alexander Sports Ground in Birmingham, England. All right.
I wonder if she did it in leathers.
That would be painful. 54 as well. First of the annual Bilderberg conferences fostering relations between Europe and North America held at Oosterbeek, Netherlands. And anyone who knows anything about conspiracies, Bilderberg, alarm. We also have Pope Pius XII issued holy declaration to canonize former Pope Pius X as a saint in the Catholic Church. Piusing Pius. Okay. 1957, Algerian rebels killed 336 collaborators. 1957 as well, New York City Mayor Robert Wagner said he planned to confer with the Giants and Dodgers baseball teams about the proposed move to the West Coast. Yeah.
Robert Wagner was also an actor later.
Ah, okay.
Could have been. He would have been too young to be involved. He wasn't the mayor for sure.
Want me to look this up?
Yeah.
58, film adaptation of Era 11's hit stage comedy No Time for Sergeants, starring Andy Griffith and featuring Don Knott, was released by Warner Brothers Pictures.
Remember that movie?
Well, it's good because I accidentally read that. That was not actually marked to be read. 59, Charles de Gaulle formed French government. Was that a good movie?
It was okay. It was for 58 or 9 or whatever.
Okay.
No Time for Sergeants.
Yeah. Now,
You know what's his name was the
Don
Andy
Knott.
Griffith Show, and
Yeah.
Don Knotts was his buddy.
isn't he the guy who talks like this, right, or something like that?
Real skinny guy.
Yeah.
Don Knotts.
Yeah,
But Andy Griffin was
the star.
yeah, he was the police officer in the
Oh.
Andy Griffith Show.
Oh, well, wasn't Don Knott
With
also
Op-
a show? He was like
Yeah,
a
he was a
yeah.
sidekick.
Yeah.
And then Opie was the little kid.
I don't know who
But
Opie
they-
was.
Opie was the little kid in the movie.
I never watched the movie.
Not a movie. It was a.
I never saw the show.
It was a.
I'm aware of the show, but I never watched
Okay.
it. I don't know the characters.
Well, Opie was great. He became an. Remember, what was the Fonz? What was that?
Oh.
Movie? He was the head kid.
Happy
in
Days.
Happy Days. He was the head kid in Happy Days.
Oh, okay.
And he became a great producer and everything else.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Huh.
Can't think of his name. He's so great.
Well, let's see here. Oh, whoops, didn't mean to do that. You said Opie?
Opie from what was it called? Andy Griffith Show.
Opie, Andy Griffith, Ron
There
Howard.
he is. Yeah.
I've heard of Ron Howard.
Yeah.
Huh. All right. What else do we got? Oh, yeah. To continue off the Charles de Gaulle thing, it says, primary sources edited, French President René Coty told Parliament that he is asking Charles de Gaulle to form a government. So it used to say that Charles de Gaulle formed the French government, but now it's saying he's being asked. So we have a discrepancy here.
Apparently he did.
Yeah. But see, this is why I'm wondering, like this doesn't seem like much, but when you sit here and think about it,
Yeah.
it initially used to say Charles de Gaulle formed a French government. But now it says that French President René Coty told Parliament so these are two seriously different things.
Yes.
Which one is true?
Yes.
Which one is true? And why was it wrong one of the times? You know, that's weird.
To me, that's called lazy writing.
No, it's called inept. Like in the best case scenario, they're inept. In the worst case scenario, they're doing it intentionally, and why? So, in both the cases, inept is not an excuse when it comes to academia. You just don't fuck up.
Writing.
Well, that's inept. That's inept, lazy writing. Whatever the case, it shouldn't be happening. Anyway, 59 Saunders Roe SRN-1, the first practical hovercraft, performed its first engine run. That's what this is.
Oh.
Look at that. So that's its air intake. Just
Yeah.
yeah, wild. And look, like there's no it has. There's nothing for it to do. It can't carry anything. That's the cab. What function would it have?
Well, this is a demo. This is the first one.
I know. What I was just saying though.
Mainly, they're for carrying soldiers and stuff, right?
Well,
Maybe.
nowadays,
Yeah.
and all that stuff. But I'm just
Maybe
wondering.
they carry equipment. I'm sure
Yeah.
they do.
Well, what I'm saying is this is the prototype, and to try to convince people to buy it, oh blah blah. Yeah, we can make it to hold people. Well, it can't hold people now. Why should I invest into it? That's what I'm saying. It'd be a hard sell, but we obviously know that it's sold. 61, A Raisin in the Sun.
But you're selling the technology.
Yes. But if, whatever. Anyway, A Raisin in the Sun, the film adaptation of Lorraine Hansberry's stage play starring the Broadway cast, including Sidney Poitier, Ruby Dee, John Fader, and Ivan Dixon, premiered. 62, Chinese police opened fire on protesters in Yining, Xinjiang, killing at least 5 people and wounding a dozen others.
Yikes.
What the heck, West Taiwan? 2 years later, the Arab League met in East Jerusalem to discuss the Palestinian question, leading to the formation of the Palestine Liberation Organization. Did we not talk about that yesterday? Yasser Arafat and everything.
We did, yeah.
64, having deposed them in a January coup, South Vietnamese leader Nguyen Kana had rival generals Tran Van Don and Lee Van Kim convicted of lax morality. That's a weird way to convict people. 65, MLB Philadelphia Phillies Dick Allen hit 529-foot home run out of Connie Mack Stadium in Philadelphia. It's a heck of a hit. 1967, Australian Paul McManus water skied barefoot for 1 hour, 30 minutes, and 19 seconds. Wow, what was the size of his feet, mate, for him to, have the surface area to stay aloft on the water?
Stop.
What, do you have a problem with my accent? 67, Elvis and Priscilla Presley held a wedding reception at Graceland for friends and family, not at the original ceremony. That's interesting.
They probably kept it a little more private than had a reception. That's normal.
Yeah. 68, UN resolved sanctions on white minority-ruled Rhodesia. You won't let the Rhodesians rule Rhodesia. What about that? 68 as well, U.S. Truth in Lending Act signed into law. Okay. Truth in Lending Act. That sounds like a bullshit thing. 69, Atlantic Records released
you gotta tell the people what their actual interest rates are going to be and stuff like that. So it's requiring the banks to be really open and upfront. It's a good thing.
Well, no, I'm not saying the thing itself is bullshit. I'm just saying, how are you going to enforce it? You know?
Well, if you weren't exposed to it, then they come back and sue your ass.
1969, Atlantic Records released the eponymous debut album of Crosby, Stills, and Nash. It contained hit Marrakesh Express and Sweet Judy Blue's Eyes. You ever heard of those?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
And later became Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young.
1969 as well, Britain's Trans-Arctic expedition made the first crossing of Arctic sea ice. Pretty cool. General strike in Cordoba, Argentina, leading to the Cordoboso civil unrest. Ooh, that escalated. 1970, Soviet dissident Zoriz Medvedev was arrested and taken to a psychiatric hospital in Kaluga, sparking protests. 1972, the official IRA announced a ceasefire. It's pretty good. 73, Columbia Records fired President Clive Davis for misappropriating $100,000 in funds. Davis will start Arista Records. Okay. 73, Thomas Bradley elected first black stadium mayor of Los Angeles, California. Okay. 70.
Oh, yeah, Tom Bradley.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
74, Northern Ireland was brought under direct rule from Westminster. Once again, another reason why they have so many terror attacks. 74, SETA, a Finnish alphabet mafia rights organization, was founded in Helsinki. So, more of this, homosexual agenda stuff and everything. 76, cartoon One Piece at a Time by Johnny Cash hit 29.
No, I guess that's on the charts.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I listened to it. It was okay. And I only kept it in because I was wondering if, you'd recognize it.
I'm not familiar with it, no.
76 as well, only home run of Joe Necro's 22-year career comes off brother Phil. So,
Phil Necro.
Yeah. 77, Australian Sue Perrell, first female golfer to hit consecutive holes in one, 13th and 14th holes at Chatswood Golf Club in Sydney. Now, I have come to an epiphany. You know how, there's a whole stereotype about, women can't play golf and all that stuff?
Who says that?
Well, I mean, that's a whole that's what I said. It's a weird stereotype. I don't know exactly who says that, but I mean, there's a thing about, the women in golf are actually, lesbians or something. I don't know. There's just things I've heard off of the internet and whatnot. And they're still vague to me, so, obviously you wouldn't have heard of them. I was just wondering if you had, by any chance or anything.
No.
But I was just thinking, you know what? Golf really is a man's sport because it involves getting something into a hole.
I knew something was coming. That was a long
You
way
knew
to
something
go
was
for
coming?
that. Yeah. Oh,
77, NBC News and Information Service 24-hour news ended on the radio. 78, U.S. first class postage rose to 15 cents. It was 13 cents for 3 years. It was being held static for whatever reason.
75 cents or something.
Yeah. 79, radio's first rock network, The Source, premiered. 1980, 53rd National Spelling Bee, Jacques Bailey won spelling elucubrates. We had a couple spelling bee articles yesterday, and I paid them no mind, but we had a few more today. Mm-hmm. So I'm wondering, if this is spelling bee season.
Yeah, probably is.
But some of these words, I'm just how did you spell? I can't even pronounce that fuck.
How do they do it?
1980, JMW Turner's Juliet and Her Nurse was sold for $6,400,000 in New York City. It's an oil painting. Let's see what this money laundering. Oh, actually, is this it? Juliet and Her Nurse. But what is this?
I don't know.
That's just a person, okay? But this is okay. So that is.
Well, that doesn't look like a nurse to me.
Well, it doesn't look like Juliet or her nurse. It looks like Venice. But that's what it says right here, down the bottom. But isn't that the tower in
Tower,
Venice?
yeah.
So
Yes.
and it's a really good piece of art, so I can see how it could be 6.4 mil. So,
Sold.
yeah, 1980, Larry Bird defeated Magic Johnson for NBA Rookie of the Year.
Okay.
So it beats out or whatever.
Yeah.
62 or 82, first papal visit to Britain since 1531. So didn't we cover this yesterday? Other sources, Pope John Paul II became the first pontiff to visit Canterbury Cathedral.
I just don't remember.
Like the first papal visit to Britain or something. 82 as well, Pentagon planned first strategy to fight a nuclear war. That's a little late. You would have thought they would have figured that out in the 60s during the Cold War?
Yeah.
Like, wasn't that the whole point? You had 20 years to do that shit. What the hell? And the Pentagon has been around since 1944. So it's not like, it was a new...
A little bit late.
Yeah, it's weird. 83, Yuri Dmitriev of USSR threw a discus a record of 71.86 meters. Sounds far.
Yeah, it is.
84, Boston Red Sox retired number 9, Ted Williams, and number 4, Joe Cronin. Okay. 85, amputee Steve Fonyo completed Cross Canada Marathon at Victoria, British Columbia after 14 months. Nice.
Wow.
Amputee. 85, Hisail Stadium disaster. 39 association football fans died and hundreds were injured when a dilapidated retaining wall collapsed. Yikes. 1986, 59th National Spelling Bee. John Pennington won spelling odontologia. Odontogly? Odonte. Odontog. What the fuck? I get that word. I can't. Wow. Ayo's time, 1987. British pop singer Freddie Mercury and Spanish opera diva Montserrat Caballé debuted their song Barcelona at the Ibiza Fest. Okay. 87 as well. The jury found Twilight Zone, the movie, director John Landis innocent of involuntary manslaughter in the death of actor Vic Morrow and 2 child actors during filming.
grief.
What the fuck happened?
Good grief, I have no idea.
2 child actors?
The name of the movie again was
The
what?
Twilight Zone.
Oh my
the movie.
God, yeah.
This is the Twilight Zone. Not Cannibal Corpses. What the hell is this? Or what?
Boy, they must have kept that under wraps.
Yeah, that's crazy. What was that crazy movie though? Like Cannibal Homicide or Cannibal something.
Cannibal Lecter?
No, well, that's Hannibal Lecter. No, there's a movie, and apparently they use really, really, really good not VFX, but really good practical effects. But like it's a movie about about horrible mutilation of humans and animals and everything, but it was all fake.
Yeah.
But the filmmakers were like under scrutiny. Like they faced the Supreme Court, I think. Like there's a whole hoopla about that. What was it called?
I don't want to know.
Oh, I do. I just want to look this up.
Don't show a picture of it.
No, I'm not. Cannibal movie controversy. Cannibal Holocaust, that's what it was called. Yeah, 1980. An anthropologist who led a rescue team into the Amazon rainforest to locate a crew of filmmakers that have gone missing while... Okay, yeah, so you can kind of tell the plots.
Yeah.
And it doesn't end well. But people thought it was actual, like, people getting killed and animals and everything. So, and I think that was one of the reasons why we have, like, the whole disclaimer at the end, no animals were harmed. Just to make sure people don't lose their mind. 1987 as well, Michael Jackson attempted to buy Elephant Man's remains. What?
Jeez.
The remains of the Elephant Man, Joseph Merrick. That's a weird thing to want. We also have Robin Ventura set a college baseball record with hits in 57 games. Pretty cool. 1988, Grammy Hicks scored his 1,000th run of first-class cricket season. That's only in there because of 1,000 runs.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Whatever the hell it means in cricket, that's 1,000 of them.
Hell if I know.
Yeah. 88, U.S. President Ronald Reagan began his first visit to the Soviet Union when he arrived in Moscow for a superpower summit with the Soviet leader, Mikhail Gorbachev.
Yeah.
Tear down this wall. 365 days later, Philadelphia Phillies 12-time All-Star third baseman Mike Schmidt retired from MLB at the age of 39.
Talked about him yesterday.
Yep. 89 as well, student pro-democracy protesters in Tiananmen Square, China, constructed a replica of the Statue of Liberty, naming it the Goddess of Democracy. Yep. So, good old, Tiananmen Square stuff. We also have signing of an agreement between Egypt and the United States allowing the manufacture of parts of the F-16 jet fighter plane in Egypt, which was cutting edge at the time.
Yeah.
Or
yeah,
close
yeah,
to
sure
it.
Was.
1990, an earthquake hit Peru, killing over 200 people.
Jeez.
But what was the magnitude? Any injuries? What was the damage cost? Numbers. I need numbers. 1990, Boris Yeltsin was elected president of the Russian Republic.
Yikes.
Yikes.
Damn drunk.
Oh, well. At least he was, well... Soviet Union was still around.
It
So,
was kind of the breakup of it. There.
yeah. I was going to say at least he wasn't a commie, but wait a minute.
Yeah, oh no, he is.
Okay. That's worse than being a drunk. 1990, MLB Oakland A's outfielder Ricky Henderson stole record 893rd base, breaking Ty Cobb's record.
Ah.
Yeah. 1990, we got that one. 92, MLB Chicago White Sox Tim Raines swiped his 700th career base. It's a lot of bases there. Actually, I want to go back to this Boris Yeltsin thing.
Yeah.
Russian Soviet Federative Socialist Republic. I just wanted to read off that title. Just it was in my head. We also have 93 neo-Nazis killed 5 Turkish women in Solingen, Germany. Texas Ranger Jose Canseco pitched his 8th inning in 15-1 loss to Red Sox. He gave up 3 runs on 2 hits and 3 walks. He also damaged his arm. That game sucked for him. Wow.
Wait a minute.
What?
Texas Ranger
Jose
Jose
Canseco.
Canseco. He wasn't a pitcher.
Well,
Pull up Jose Canseco, would you please? There he is.
yeah.
He was not a pitcher. Does it say anything about him pitching?
Let's see here. Let's see here. Memory player. Players steal 40 bases. Yada yada. Yada yada. Throw
The guy,
cups.
the ball hit off his head and it went over the wall. Gave the guy a home run.
Leaving save before the end of the
Doink,
game.
hits him in the head.
Yeah. Oh yeah, right here. That was just the other day. Carlos Martinez famously hit a ball off Jose Canseco's
Yeah,
head
there
for a
you
home
go.
run. Right
So
there.
he's in the outfield.
This is
He's
the
not a
article we
pitcher.
just read right now.
Yeah.
And then that's the end, though. Doctors recommend ligament transplant to Jose Canseco's arm, but that's the end.
Okay.
This is the second, the article we just read.
Okay.
So maybe, like, he was
What
trying...
does that article say at the end?
Doctors recommend
No.
ligament transplant.
The one before that.
Texas Ranger Jose Canseco pitches 8th inning in 15-1. That's the one we just read.
Oh, so he did pitch.
Well, that's what I'm
Pitch
saying.
something.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe he was getting into it, and then he fucked up his arm, and then that ended his career.
I guess.
And that's why you're like, he wasn't a
had no
pitcher.
idea.
Because he wasn't. He was getting into it, but then
I
he
guess so.
died. So, what else do we got here? 93, the Miss Sarajevo beauty pageant was held in war-torn Sarajevo, drawing global attention to the plight of its citizens. What a great way to get your models killed. Oh, hey, let's take all these delicate, beautiful people into a war and see if they don't get raped. Because that's a smart move, huh? Huh, stupid. 94, great ice ball comet seen above North Sea. What? Let's take a look at this. Right there. That's pretty cool. Ice ball comet. Alright. 94 as well, Hungary's Socialist Party won parliamentary election. Bad times ahead. 97, 70th National Spelling Bee. Rebecca Selflund won spelling eonym. So
that's her word.
this one, eonym.
That's what you want.
Yep. 1997 as well, Jesse Timidouquez found guilty of struggle, snuggle, and murder of Megan Kanika at the age of 7. Wow. That's horrible. Spanish. Yeah, here we go. Spanish scientists announced a new human species in a 780,000-year-old fossil. I don't know, man. I'm starting to doubt all this science stuff and floating towards, more theological thinking.
I don't know if human's the right word, but in that human category, there was a number of species that didn't make it.
Yeah.
They died out quickly.
Or is it all fake? I mean, everything we know is all told to us. What if it's all bullshit? We don't know. Have we seen it with our own eyes? Did we study
of
that
course
field?
not.
Have we made those findings? And for all we know, it's all a lie.
Well, how do we know the sky's blue? It's been told us it's been blue.
The sky isn't blue.
I say it's blue. You say it's blue, but what's blue to you?
It's actually not blue. It's just a
Okay.
reflection
Yeah.
of the ocean.
Yeah, I know.
So it's not actually colored. So the sky is not blue.
Of
So
course.
there you go. So thank you for proving me right. 99, Olusegun Obasanjo took office as president of Nigeria, the first elected and civilian head of state in Nigeria after 16 years of military rule. Awesome. 99 as well, Space Shuttle Discovery completed the first docking with the ISS, the International Space Station. 2001, International Day of United Nations Peacekeepers inaugurated. All right. Peacekeepers, that is. 2001 as well, natural gas futures plunged at 6% to a 10-month low on speculation that growing U.S. inventories will help power plants meet summer demand for air conditioning. 2001 as well, U.S. Supreme Court ruled that disabled golfer Casey Martin can use a cart to ride in tournaments. Are you fucking kidding me? They had to go all the way to the Supreme Court to figure that out? Bro, he's disabled. Oh, but our rules clearly state your rules can go be shoved up your own ass.
I remember that.
The guy's disabled. Let him drive the fucking car. This is ridiculous. What a waste of... But he's disabled.
So go play in a Special Olympics.
They don't have a Special Olympics.
I know.
For
Obviously they don't.
But what a waste of taxpayer-funded, resources. That is ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. 2004, the World War II Memorial was dedicated in Washington, D.C. All right. We were there when it was... was it just dedicated, or were they? No, they couldn't have been continued because remember we got there. There wasn't construction around it, so it must have been just brand new. We went to Washington in 2004.
Right.
And there's a picture of me standing next to Tennessee.
Yes.
If that was still under construction, I couldn't have been on there. There'd be barricades everywhere, right?
True.
So.
True.
Yeah. So it must have been.
It was completed.
Actually, yeah. I'm stupid. This is when it was dedicated.
Summer. Yeah.
May 29th. Wow, I'm really stupid. Like, because we went, in the summer.
Yeah.
So it was only like several months old when we got and saw it.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
I knew it was pretty new.
Yeah.
Didn't realize it was that new.
Just several months old.
I would have said a year,
Yeah.
Within a year.
Well, you would have been right.
Yeah.
2005, France resoundingly rejected the European Constitution in a national referendum. 2006, the roof of Port-au-Vaux Cathedral in the town of Port-au-Vaux was destroyed by arson. Now, this is no longer on either source. So I'm wondering if they're trying to, erase
Have a
this.
picture of that thing?
Let's see. I guess... I'm not seeing any damage. Maybe this part that's bricked up right here?
I don't know.
Oh. Because it doesn't look... Pardon me. It doesn't look uniform. So this is not,
I wonder where Provo is or whatever it is.
Well, Port-au-Vaux. Let's see here. Port-au-Vaux Cathedral. Lutheran Church in Finland.
Okay.
Huh.
It's intact there, so I don't know.
Yeah. Well, no, see, like what I was showing right here, this section,
Yeah.
this is, as you can see, it goes zit, zit, but then this is like,
Yeah.
so this is not artistic. I think this is what they built, that got destroyed.
Could be.
So, because it's not, unless they plan to make it asymmetrical, which is really not usually a thing, in architecture. 2006, singer David Bowie joined guitarist David Gilmour as special guest during Encore at Royal Albert Hall London concert. They performed Arnold Lane and Comfortably Numb in what became Bowie's final UK appearance. Yeah.
Royal Albert Hall's got to be the most famous music hall for rock and rollers there is.
It's Royal Albert Hall. Let's take a look at this really quick. Copy, open this. Go. Royal Albert Hall. Images. Oh, that looks cool. No wonder rock and rollers went to that. That's awesome. That's an awesome building. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that looks so cool. Look at that. That is epic. And then you have a 360 degree.
I remember who's a great guitarist.
Peter Frampton?
Huh?
Peter Frampton?
Yeah, he's one of them. But he actually played with the same group before Peter Frampton.
Huh.
Come on, what's his name? Blues guy. Yeah, of course he's a blues guy.
Well, what group was he in?
Well, look up Cream. He was in Cream.
Cream Band.
There you go.
Jack Bruce, Eric Clapton.
Eric Clapton.
There we go. I remember that name.
Yeah, he was on stage there. I was watching a concert. You know, this was only a few years ago, maybe. So it's an old tape. But he told the girl how thankful he was that he's got to play that over the years in different groups.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
That's awesome.
And he just was really paying homage to the concert hall.
That'd be cool to go visit, you know?
I don't know why I didn't go take a look at it when we were there.
Maybe something akin to why we didn't go to the Ford Theater while in Washington.
Yeah, well, we just never had timing there.
Yeah.
It never occurred to me to go to it.
Yeah. There's always something else to see,
Yeah.
you know, no matter what.
Now I gotta go back. No, I don't want to go back to it.
Well, not right now.
No.
We don't. We'll probably get killed. So, 2008, a double earthquake of combined magnitude 6.1 struck Iceland near the towns of Selfoss, injuring 30 people. Combined magnitudes, they are what? 3 point something both? Or one was 1, one was 5? Like, how do you combine magnitudes of earthquakes? That makes no sense.
No, it doesn't.
2009, 1Q84 books 1 and 2 by Haruki Murakami was first published in Japan, selling out the first day. Book 3 was published in 2010. What is that? Is that manga? Something? Let's see here. 1Q84. This is supposed to be 1984? What is this? This is interesting. Huh. If there's any weeaboos out there, you know, let us know what this book is. Checking for comments, no comments. Moving on up to 2010, in an all South African Super 14 rugby final, the Bulls of Pretoria retained the title 25-17 over the Stormers of Cape Town at the Orlando Stadium in Soweto. Mornay Stein kicked 6 penalties and a conversion for the Bulls. Okay. 2010 as well, Philadelphia Phillies' Roy Halladay became the 20th pitcher to throw a perfect game, 1-0 versus Florida Marlins in Miami. Nice. 2012, 5.9 magnitude earthquake killed 24 people near Bologna, Italy. That's not a load of baloney there. We also have Facebook's problematic public listing could cost those involved $115 million from technical glitches. No idea what that means, but
I have no idea. I'm trying to figure it out.
I hope it happens because fuck Facebook. We also have 2012, Indonesian police seized over 1 million ecstasy pills valued at $45 million, their biggest drug bust in 10 years. Wow. Thousands marched in protest in Johannesburg against Brett Murray's controversial painting The Spear, part of the artist Hail to the Thief 2 exhibition that criticized South Africa's ruling party. So is it like
Something native then. The spear sounds like something native.
Huh.
Well,
But
picture of it?
was that kind of Brett Murray's card? Let's see. 'Cause I'm just getting images of the protest. Let's take this. What is this?
Is that the spear?
That's oh god. He had his dick out. Wow. Like everything. Wow. Now I can see why. 2014, President Obama approved U.S. military training of moderate Syrian rebels to fight the regime of Bashar al-Assad and al-Qaeda-linked groups. Okay, so now we're training more terrorists? Of course, Hussein Obama would do that. Freaking Kenyan terrorist. 2015, heat wave in India centered in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh states was reported to have killed 1,800 people in a week.
So how hot was it?
I don't know. It's not telling us.
Need numbers.
Yeah, we do need numbers. So give us a number. Good point. We will get a number. We're going to be talking about another heat wave here soon. 2015, now this is a weird name. Sepp Blatter. That's his name. Sepp Blatter is controversially elected to a 5th term as president of FIFA despite bribery scandals, resigning 5 days later. Man.
FIFA. Yeah, no, I'm not surprised with that.
Man, you know, talk about
it.
Talk about a pisser, you know. So maybe he has that 3-pound stone. So 2015, One World Observatory at One World Trade Center opened. I had no idea that they had an observatory. They have an observatory in the middle of Manhattan? How?
I don't know. First I've heard of it.
Well, it's weird.
Well, maybe it's you go up to observe the view.
Oh, I guess so. You know what? I'm gonna image
That's
search
what that
this.
means to me. Not
Maybe. I'm
not
just
to
gonna
look at the planets.
Oh yeah, you're right. So here you go. It is to look at the skyline.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. 'Cause I'm just thinking, like, that's one of the most lice polluted zones on the planet.
How would you like to be a tourist and you went up there to see it that day on 9/11? Holy crap.
Well, no.
How unlucky would you be?
Well, first off, this is 2015. We're talking
Yeah,
about.
that's it.
Yeah, well, you're talking about with the previous towers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have sucked. Like.
Yeah.
To be up there, there has to be a couple people who are in that position.
Something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it just
Well, maybe not at 9 in the morning.
Hopefully, it wasn't open.
Oh. 2017, Tiger Woods was arrested and charged with driving under the influence in Jupiter, Florida. There's a Jupiter in Florida? Yeah.
Apparently so.
Yeah.
Even more DUIs.
No, well. I'm gonna mute my mic and say a joke. I haven't actually. I just literally made that up in my head right now.
I thought you had.
Well,
Something similar to that.
Well, I know which joke you're talking about, but no. 2018, the ABC TV network canceled TV comedy Roseanne after its star Roseanne Barr posted a racist tweet and blamed it on the Ambien. Death toll in Puerto Rico 70 times higher than official figure. Likely 4,600 died from Hurricane Maria, according to Harvard University study.
Ooh.
Yikes. Heat wave in Karachi, Pakistan killed 65 as temperatures soar above 110 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's hot.
Yeah, we're going to get to a hotter one here soon. Missouri Governor Eric Greitens resigned over an extramarital affair and illegal use of a donor list. Donor list for what? Organ donor?
No.
Or money donor?
Money donors.
Do you know anything about this?
No.
Okay. We also have Starbucks closed more than 8,000 U.S. stores early for racial bias training after 2 black men wrongfully arrested in the store in April. But I think, weren't they causing a disturbance? Weren't they rightfully arrested?
I don't know.
But just because they're the right color, now we have to make a whole hoopla about it?
I do remember the incident. They went in.
Didn't they go in and they were
they went in to test it.
Yeah, that's right.
I think that's what the deal was.
Yeah. I remember what you're talking about. They went in.
I didn't recognize it at the beginning.
They went in and they were causing problems, and then they dropped. Oh, you're doing this because we're black, and then now you're in that game. Yeah. So, Russian journalist Arkady Bablikon faked his own death with Ukrainian security services to foil an assassination plot. Wow, things are getting crazy over there. 2019, 16 people were charged for setting fire to and murdering a teenager who reported sexual harassment at an Islamic school in Fini, Bangladesh. Jeez. And we want those people over here. Are you kidding me? British.
I don't.
Yeah, no, I don't either. British politician Boris Johnson ordered to appear in court over claims he lied to the public during Britain's Brexit campaign. We also have transgender no longer classified as mental health illness by the World Health Organization. I don't know, with some of these people, how they're acting, I would argue otherwise nowadays. I would have agreed with them just this time last year, but with what they're doing with kids, pushing it on them,
that upsets me.
And they're confusing the kids and everything. They're confusing their pets. I mean, here's the thing: how can you sit there and you can't even accept yourself? But then you magically expect the world to accept what you decide to be, but you can't even accept yourself for who you are? That makes no sense, logically. How could you expect other people to do for you what you won't even do for yourself? That's the epitome of fucking mental disorder.
I have no problem. If someone wants to be a boy or a girl, whichever one, fine. I'll call you that. If that's what you feel like you want to be, fine. I don't care.
Well, I have no problem with people who want to cut themselves either. That doesn't mean I'm going to say it's healthy.
No, I'm not talking health or otherwise.
Yeah.
I'm saying I just don't like grooming kids.
Yeah, well, I don't like this at all, and to any level. Kids, adults, whatever. This is not good. 2019, U.S. Special Counsel Robert Mueller said charging President Donald Trump with a crime was never an option as no legal means to charge a sitting president, and that his report does not exonerate the president. Well, if there's no legal means to charge a president, what's stopping a president from just becoming completely tyrannical?
No.
You got to be able to take him down somehow. So.
But I think that's what they're talking about in that circumstance. There's no legal means.
Okay.
Not if he had murdered somebody. You know,
Yeah.
they're talking about in whatever this circumstance is, there's no legal means to.
And it's just me, or does this guy's head look weird? Like his jaw is like coming out like over here.
A little bit, maybe probably the angle.
Yeah, I don't know. 2019 as well. World's smallest surviving baby, a girl discharged from Sharp Mark Birch Hospital in San Diego after being born at 23 weeks, weighing 8.6 ounces or 245 grams. Wow. Was she a kangaroo or something? Like, you know how they're born, right?
Yes, yes.
Like the little tiny
In
things.
the pouch. Yes.
What the hell? No, they're not born in the pouch. They crawl into the pouch.
Yes.
But the reproductive organ to give birth is not in the pouch.
Yes, you're right.
So, 2020, an oil spill in Norilsk released 17,500 tons of diesel oil into nearby rivers. 2021, a Cessna Citation ISP crashed into Percy Priest Lake in Tennessee, killing all 6 people on board, including actor Joe Lara and his wife, Gwen Shamblin Lara. I hope that's a nickname. Shamblin? Like, you know, is she shambling along?
I don't know.
No. 2022, at least 79 people were reported killed in heavy rains and landslides in the Brazilian northeastern province of Pernambuco, with 56 more missing. Jai Hindley became only the second Australian cyclist to win a Grand Tour with a 1 foot 18-inch victory over 2019 champion Richard Carapaz in the Giro d'Italia. 2022, U.S. President Brandon visited the site of Uvalde School massacre in Tejas as Justice Department announced a review into how law enforcement responded. Well, they didn't. So, 2023, Canadian hiker Delaney Irving, at the age of 19, won Perilous Cooper's Hill cheese rolling in Buckworth, Gloucestershire, England, despite being knocked unconscious.
Oh man.
Yeah, we've covered the cheese roll thing. We covered it in the news show a couple of times.
Yeah.
2024, extreme heat wave. This one's the big one in northern and central India, with unconfirmed record temperature reading 52.3 Celsius or 126.14 Fahrenheit. Fuck.
I don't think that's survival.
No, I know. Well, yeah. Later downgraded to 49 Celsius or 120.2. Well, that's
Still.
It's not much better, but you know, you're heading the right way. President Cyril Ramaphosa's ANC. What is ANC? African National Conference? Yeah. Government lost its majority parliament in South African elections for the first time since apartheid ended 30 years ago. Well, you know, there's times to change. So, 2025, Canadian provinces of Manitoba and Saskatchewan declared state of emergency due to rapidly expanding wildfires. Over 160 fires have burned at least 1.56 million acres and resulted in the evacuation of more than 18,000 people. And last but not least, Faizan Zaki, at the age of 13 in Plano, Texas, won the Scripps National Spelling Bee in National Harbor, Maryland. Final word was eclaircissement.
So he won it last year.
Yeah. Now, do you say E or like how do you spell this? Because there's an accent over it.
I have
So
no
do you
idea.
say E with the accent pointing towards the inward quadrant? Like how do you spell that? Like
How do
audibly.
you say it? I don't know. Let alone
A.
spell it.
Yeah, A. The poke A mon. So that's A. So is that how you spell it? A C. Like.
So does he have to say when he's spelling it with the deal on top?
That's
or-
what I'm asking.
Oh, I didn't understand what
Like,
you're asking.
well, it's an E with an accent.
Yeah.
So do you say E or do you say E with the accent?
I
you
don't
know.
know. That's what I was
Yeah.
wondering.
Anyway, that shall conclude the show. Once again, please check the underbar description below for any links that you may find interesting, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition. A lot of history has and continues to be made on a daily basis, and we can only bring you a portion from our sources. It took us an hour and 20 to get through all of this, so a little longer than normal, but, you know, we had a really good show. A lot of, you know, informative stuff.
Yeah.
Coming at you at a mile a minute. Anyway, please check the description, you know, for links to those sources and all that stuff to continue your path of self-education. For your dose of passive events daily, we stream at 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, respectively. For all of you and all of us, AO Xander.
Golden Loon.
And you, and if you're still watching, please put in the comments section cake to let us know that you're still
cake.
watching. Yeah. And until you catch us next time, you know, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 subs, and subscribe. Toodles!